January the 2nd, 2018. As you're looking at the Twitter account of our president, Donald J. Trump, and let me pull it down. I want to go over some of the last communications he's had. Now, remember during the campaign rallies and everything, he kept saying these words that this is the way he would communicate with the people. Just like Q, and we know that there's too many coincidences between the Q post and what Donald Trump is doing and saying that they're not tied together some way. The information is being used there and here, right here, guys. If you really want to know what's going on, this is what Donald Trump is saying. And most of it's kind of point blank. Some of it, I feel, has some coding to it. And he talks about sanctions and other pressures are beginning to have a big impact on North Korea. Soldiers are dangerously fleeing to South Korea. Rocket Man now wants to talk to South Korea for the first time. Perhaps that is good news, perhaps not. We will see. Now, what has happened with that, we're going to go over in this video. Next one, very interesting. Since taking office, I have been strict on commercial aviation. Good news, it was just reported that there was 0 with a capital Z deaths in 2017, the best and safest year on record. Now, this is commercial aviation now, not small planes, but there's been flights that were shut down, airports that were shut down, things like that, guys, and people are dying overseas in airplane crashes. A lot of them are family, private planes, things like that are all going to be tied back to this, okay, before it's said and done. But when he capitalized 0, and I think it's interesting because you've got a couple of things happening here. And if you study Zero Hedge, you also know that they're pro-Trump. And I'll show you something about this. And he's talking about North Korea, strict commercial aviation. Then he goes into the failing New York Times as a new publisher. Uh-oh, Mockingbird. Getting those wings plucked. A.G. Schultzberger, congratulations. Check this out. Here is a last chance. New York Times, are you listening? For the Times to fulfill the vision of its founder, Adolph Ox. To give the news impartially, without fear or favor, regardless of party, sect, or interest involved. Get. G-E-T. Guys, we have got a brilliant president. He is taking these people down and he's letting us know. So it says, get impartial journalists of a much higher standard. Ooh, CNN. I wouldn't apply. Nobody in that group. Lose all of your phony and non-existent sources. Who controls Mockingbird or did control Mockingbird? We know the clowns in America. And treat the President of the United States fairly so that the next time I and the people win, you won't have to write an apology to your readers for a job poorly done. Good luck, I guess is what GL means there, guys. But very, very cryptic, very good information here. Now, I want to go back to this commercial aviation 3 hours ago, okay? Let's go to this website called True Pundit. The top page today, after Trump tweeted this, is video. Passport systems collapse. Holiday travelers paralyzed in all U.S. airports as Customs and Border Patrol computers fail. Guys, every airport, you can't get in or out without the Customs and Border Patrol, who is a division of Homeland Security. Who was trying to leave or enter the country? Who was threatening possible airlines? 0 commercial U.S. airlines, okay, have been taken down or crashed. But think about this. Every U.S. airport. Passport systems collapse. Holiday travelers are paralyzed. And guys, we talked about this in the radio show last night. Vetting your news so that you're not putting yourself out there on a fake news trail that's going to come back and delegitimize your information, because it's very easy to do, because a lot of us are really looking for information, and if it looks good, sometimes it's too good to be true, so be careful there. But I want to go down and look at some of the information in this article. It says we are getting reports that all international travelers in the United States are weathering horrendous lines as the computer systems for passports operated by U.S. Customs and Border Patrol have failed late Monday night on one of the busiest travel nights for the holiday season. A video of the nightmare in Miami's airport is being played out throughout the United States. And let's go down and look at some of the comments that are coming in from the different airports. And this is vetting. It says, what a nightmare at Miami's airport. Passport system is down. This is at WPTV Pick Twitter. Chris Stewart, January the 2nd, 2018. Come down here. It says the people are growing restless from the inconclusive information given by United Gate agents. A picture here. The good evening, there's a system issue affecting processing times for customs. The customs agents are working to get everyone screened and through customs as quickly as possible. Your patience is appreciated. Dallas, Fort Worth. Due to customs and border protection computer issues, passengers at JFK may experience delays in the international arrivals. Kennedy Airport, January 2nd. The Customs and Border Patrol system is apparently down nationwide. We're being held in the terminal and told to try and use mobile passports. I'd be mad with the number one Bills but the number one Bills are in the playoffs. January 2nd. This is Luke Russert. All of immigration systems are down. We've been holding in a hallway for over an hour. Okay. This is KAT, Emerald City Love. Here's another one from JFK. The entire JFK airport customs system is down. We'll just take a look at one of these images. And that's not anywhere you would want to be. That many people, flu season, stacked on top of each other, small children involved. And guys, I had some comments when we were talking about this bad weather, the storm over New Year's Eve, and not a good time to travel. And I've got comments. A lot of you heeded it, and you may have avoided a lot of this because it is down everywhere. I'm not sure the current status at this point. When I find that out, I will update it. But guys, Homeland Security shut it down. What was going on? This has never occurred before on this level. But let's look at a couple more of the tweets. Now, this one is from Marquise Gerald Ruff. This goes back to the one that says the people are growing restless from the inconclusive information given by United Gate agents. That's because they don't know what's going on. This is on the top levels. This is a part of the takedown, the shutdown of the travel, the shutdown of people trying to escape from justice. But you can go here and verify and look at the different people putting the pictures up, guys, things like that. And thank you, guys, for posting here. It lets us, again, vet the information. This is big, guys. This is a second. A lot of people are looking for January the 4th, 10th, and 20th possibly being some Q days of information. And there is a interesting update on the Q page. Now, again, 3 hours ago, Trump mentioned North Korea. Rocket Man now wants to talk to South Korea for the first time. He's bringing this up so we understand what is going on, guys, because if you look at the news coming out of North Korea and China, things are rapidly devolving, if you want to say it that way. And I want to go to Zero, as in capital Z. This is a pro-Trump site, Zero Hedge. Chinese province along the border with North Korea seeing an influx in Chinese tanks, soldiers, and military trucks, according to the Daily North Korean and the Daily Star. We pull this down. According to the same report, People's Liberation Army, or the PLA forces, have been building up military assets in the cover of the night around the Tunman River in Yanji City, Jilin Province, which borders North Korea. It's circled right here on. And if you scan down, it says one source told the Daily North Korean there were so many soldiers in the car that there were lots of traffic. I have not seen so many soldiers trucking to Yanji so far. Another source said Chinese troops are gathering around the Yalu, again in Tumen Rivers. It is also heard that their tanks are moving to the north and the Chinese border. Chinese authorities have reportedly told local residents near the North Korean border, Trump to hit North Korea in the new year. We are preparing for war on the peninsula. Remember, overnight rush of troops. And according to the Daily Star, Chinese military officials have recently conducted the so-called war ceremony, urging their troops to be ready to fight. If the media report is accurate, it would suggest that China, fearing the worst, is preparing for war on the Korean Peninsula. Previously, internal documents leaked from China's main state-owned telecommunications company show 3 villages and cities in the northeastern border province of Jilin, which have been designated for refugee camps. If war breaks out, China is afraid of a swarm of refugees from North Korea that could cross the Tumen River into China. You don't really need tanks for that, I don't think. Maybe another Korean War situation where Chinese troops move in there, but I don't think it's going to be a big ground war like we saw that time. Zhang Lingyi, a professor of international strategic research for the Communist Party Central Party School, said it is highly possible that there is a conflict between North Korea and the U.S. now. With China, what China does here is to be prepared for any kind of situation happening on the Korean Peninsula. While China prepares for war on the Korean Peninsula by moving military assets to border cities along the Tumen River, there's another threat breaking Tuesday morning. North Korea is preparing to test the largest ICBM to date. Now check that out, and it doesn't give a time or a date on that where they're supposedly going to launch a new ICBM. You can't put it past these guys. But now we got to put one other piece into this equation, and that is the clowns in America controlling North Korea and the leverage that certain families have. In the same paragraph by Q that said, who controls North Korea, who really controls North Korea, and what families have the leverage. Okay, we know who he's talking about there. So there's a lot of things happening, guys. You cannot stop being aware of what's going on. Don't stop doing that right now. So we talked about sudden destruction coming after peace and prosperity. Could this lead to or be a triggering event to that? Are you ready? Are you prepared? Everyone is in a good mood. 2018 appears and feels like it's a good time because we're seeing the takedown of the deep state. But Satan is not through. The deep state is all there are is the New World Order globalists, guys, that want to bring in the Luciferian doctrine. They want everybody else. They want the Zionists destroyed. They want the Christians destroyed. They want Islam destroyed. They want the atheists destroyed, where no one's left but the Lucifer worshipers. Okay? That is really down. If you want to get as far deep into this battle as you want to get, that's about as far as you can go. Now listen, we're watching it. You watch it. This is a heads up.